That's better than parasite poop lettuce right there. I like Dookie Demick. I like Dookie Demick. I told y'all we need to bring Dookie back. I told y'all we need to bring Dookie back. Look how clean that was. Dookie Demick. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video, and salute to everybody who supported the channel over at thepeoplesgetup.com. Don't forget to send me your merch pics at the address below. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled.
The explosive Dookie Booty diarrhea saga is getting stranger, and the FDA is saying that the Taylor Farms lettuce sample that produced a positive for cyclospora was actually a false positive.
The explosive Dookie Boot. I didn't know she was gonna start that hot. I ain't know she was gonna start that hot. No, I ain't going nowhere. You shouldn't either. You need to see this. Papa squat.
Could Taylor Farms' $1 million contribution to MAGA have anything to do with it? Let's get into it. So just days after the FDA announced that a sample of Taylor Farms' shredded iceberg lettuce had tested positive for the cyclospora parasite, which is the parasite behind thousands of cases of explosive, watery diarrhea.
Explosive and watery? Explosive and watery? That's a whole mess. That's a mess. You gotta move after that. Honestly, that's probably why there's so many foreclosures. They just stop paying because they like, ain't no point.
The agency said, wait, never mind. On Sunday, the FDA said that lab experts had re-reviewed the results and concluded the finding does not represent true amplification and should be considered a false positive. As of July 19th, the agency said it found no confirmed positive sample results for the parasite. However, the voluntary Taylor Farms recall remains in place. This is something that is almost unheard of, y'all. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that in March 2025, Taylor Fresh Foods, Inc., the parent company of Taylor Farms, cut a check for $1 million to MAGA Inc., a Trump-aligned super PAC. That 7 figures dropped just days after the FDA announced a 30-month delay of new food traceability rule designed to make tracing contaminated food easier, and after Taylor Farms had started paying a lobbying firm to work on regulation of food safety.
That's right. Receipts. Oh, we good with receipts. Just hold on.
Now, Bruce Taylor, the CEO of Taylor Farms, is a Republican super donor. He and his company have a history of contributing to conservative and Republican political campaigns. And this is not Taylor Farms' first rodeo with foodborne illness outbreaks. In 2013, the FDA traced the cyclospora outbreak to a Taylor Farms subsidiary, which supplied salad mix to Olive Garden and Red Lobster.
Not Red Lobster. Not Red Lobster. I want my Cheddar Bay biscuits. It wasn't none in the Cheddar Bay biscuits, though. We good, right?
Then in October 2024, slivered onions from Taylor Farms served at McDonald's caused an E. coli outbreak that killed 1 person and then sickened more than 100 other people. Now, this latest outbreak has sickened thousands across this country, all right? The FDA says this false positive was just a lab error due to the complexity in detection. Taylor Farms says it's committed to working with authorities, but when a company with a track record of contamination and $1 million donation to the president's political machine gets a get-out-of-jail-free card from the agency tasked with regulating it, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to wonder, is this really just a simple lab mistake, or is someone cashing in on an owed favor?
Well, let's look at the evidence, shall we? And I love that photo behind you of the various stages of Trump. That was nice. I like the way you did that. Oh, you got an interlude?
There's a fire burning in my ass. Had too much Taco Bell and it's moving to me fast. Spicy chalupa is seeking its revenge. Reaching a fever pitch, about to get a cold and cleanse.
Hey, not yet. Let's look at the receipt, shall we?
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots,
So let's see, in March of 2025, Taylor Farms contributed $1 million to Make America Great Again, Inc., days after the FDA delays the food traceability rule. The FDA informs Taylor Farms that one of its iceberg lettuce products tested positive for cyclospora, prompting a voluntary recall. During the outbreak, the New York Times reports Taylor Farms hires a former Trump White House official. Last week, Taylor Farms executives meet with White House and FDA officials where the company challenges aspects of the government's outbreak conclusions, according to the Times. And now, Taylor Farms says the FDA apologized, calling the positive test a false positive and stating no Taylor Farms product has tested positive for cyclospora.
Please grab some water. I need that water. My belly's rumbling.
Now, just in case you were wondering exactly how down bad the FDA is, they out here fumbling with their words on Elon Musk's website. To clarify, this false positive lab sample does not change the basis for FDA's ongoing outbreak investigation or the overwhelming, I can't pronounce that word,
epidemiological
data supporting the current voluntary recall by Taylor Farms. Over the weekend, FDA alerted Taylor Farms that a new sample of shredded lettuce from Taylor Farms de Mexico tested positive for cyclospora during import examination at the southern border. This ended up being a false positive, and Taylor Farms was alerted to the corrective test result on Sunday.
But wait, there's more.
Readers added context. FDA clarifies that the false positive test does not change the basis for its ongoing cyclospora outbreak investigation or Taylor Farms voluntary recall.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Hey, y'all could flush that explanation. Y'all could absolutely flush that explanation. So you mean to tell me that it was a false positive, but y'all going forward with the recall? How we doing both? You know what I mean? How we doing both? Hey, Your Honor, I'm totally broke, Your Honor. I don't got no money. I fell on hard times, and I had to stand in the median on 95 just to get down here, and 95 don't even have no median. I was just right there in the middle of the street just to get my way down here. Hey, what's going on, shorty? Hey, you see my Lambo parked out back? How we doing both?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Awkward. FDA still comfortable with, come on, dog.
epidemiological
Evidence implicating one lot of lettuce from Taylor Farms. However, the cyclospora detection was a false positive. Let's see who's buying that, huh? Y'all want to see? Y'all want to see who's buying that? Huh? Exactly who uses the middle stall. The same people using the middle stall are the ones that's buying this. So let me get this straight. Taylor Farms lettuce gets linked to the cyclospora outbreak. The CEO visits the White House and donates to Trump. Then the FDA says the positive finding was a false positive. Nothing suspicious about that at all. And if you wanted us to believe you, you probably shouldn't have been handing out these cards. Welcome to the White House. Please report the nature of your bribe to the guard on duty upon entrance. How about that? How about that? So you want us to believe that that's not what happened here, but that's what we openly doing all over here. That's what we openly doing all over, but not this one though. But not this one. Yeah, hey, I know my social media handle is Mr. Cheater 305, but that wasn't me. That wasn't me. The cool thing about our government these days is you literally have no way of knowing if this was FDA incompetence or whether the Taylor Farms folks, who are big Trump donors, called in a favor and got dear leader to intervene so they don't look bad. And that right there is the rub. The best possible explanation for all of this is sheer incompetence, and mismanagement, which in this administration is always a possibility.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Just so we're clear, we have a scenario whereby it is equal parts possible they're this bad or this dirty. 2026 America.
It's so sad, darling. It's so sad.
Where you have died of diarrhea lettuce is a legitimate Oregon Trail ending because some Doge kid used AI to decide safe quality foods are woke. Well, I can tell you this, Oregon Trail never had no payoffs. They never had no payoffs. I don't recall paying the wagon down the road. Nah, it wasn't none of that on Oregon Trail. And how about this? If you wanted us to swallow this, if you wanted this to work its way through our bodies any cleaner, then maybe you might have had Taylor Farms to exhibit just a little bit of chill.
What? Hey, relax!
Today we learned what $1 million to the MAGA Inc. PAC gets you, a public apology from the FDA for opening an investigation into your company. Now let me see, from Taylor Farms, Taylor Fresh Foods updated statement regarding cyclospora outbreak. Now hold up, Taylor Farms. Hold up, Taylor Farms. I know y'all not trying to go that hard in the paint as if we didn't see you walk your behind up to the White House. Like, it's the audacity. That's what makes him a true MAGA. If you didn't know they was MAGA before, it's the audacity for me. Like walking into a job interview with toilet paper stuck on your leg and you know it and don't care. That's exactly how y'all look. As if your last statement didn't get ate up.
I knew this Taylor Farms explosive diarrhea outbreak thing was not going to go well, and it is not going well over on it. Who used to work in a food company on the corporate level, I am very aware of these statements. You have to pre-prepare these, practice and drill every year in case this happens to your company. Well, I don't think they really thought about this very. So they say that they are a family-owned company, even though it's $1 billion company. People are already calling them out for that. And then they're saying it's just one farm in Mexico. And then they make this statement saying no Taylor Farms branded salads or kits are associated with this outbreak. And further saying no Taylor Farms branded salad kits contain iceberg lettuce. Well, you know people are going to bring receipts. I mean, shredded iceberg lettuce. And then Taylor Farms responds and oh, no. Our kits don't have iceberg lettuce and this iceberg lettuce is fine. Someone else posts and says, hey, a salad kit with iceberg lettuce. And then Taylor Farms is like, oh, no, these salads are totally fine. That's not the product that's associated with the outbreak. Well, I thought you said no salad kits contain iceberg lettuce. What? Y'all, that was not necessary. And of course, they have to call out the fact that it has over 25,000 employees and a profit of around $7.3 billion annually. I'm going to have to double check that. I don't think you have a profit of $7.3 billion, maybe revenue.
I'm sorry, did you say they're bragging about their revenue while also claiming to be a family-run company? They're doing both. Exactly the same way that Trump says his businesses are family-run while he does all this international. Is that they're doing both? Hey, meet me at my Lambo out back. Yeah, I'll be there as soon as I'm through with this. Your Honor, I don't even have enough money for lunch when we go to recess. So if you could just let me hang out underneath your chair and I can catch crumbs just so I have enough sustenance to get to the end of the trial.
But yeah, I think the corporate crisis communication team at Taylor Farms needs to do a little bit better because that's not landing. I don't think it can land. I think you just have to let it pass.
Hey, let it pass. Let it pass. You ain't slick. I caught that. But just so we can establish this, this is how they are playing fast and loose with the rules of an actual parasite that is infecting actual people. Cases of cyclospora have topped 11,041 states, according to data released by the CDC on Wednesday. And let's also say, If that's the data they're releasing, you know it's way more than that.
Yeah, well, Lindsay, when we're looking at these rising numbers, we're actually looking into the past. There's actually a 6-week lag time between when someone starts to feel sick, they go to the doctor, they get tested, and the CDC actually finding out about that case. And many people may not even go to the doctor because they don't have symptoms, so they don't feel the need. So we don't even know that they're ill. So all that to say, this is really an undercount when we're looking at the numbers here. The cases could actually be a lot higher. Michigan alone is reporting hundreds of new cases on almost daily basis. So far, they're looking at shredded lettuce at Taco Bell locations in 5 different states. That's accounting about 1,600 cases, but there's still thousands of cases still out there, like I mentioned. Taylor Farms had a voluntary recall that went out to 27 different states. We're talking about fast food chains, food distributors, even grocery stores. All of them have now worked to remove those products from the shelves. But the FDA is tracking multiple different other potential sources here that might be leading to the rise in cases as well.
Now, I got a question. Is this affecting everybody? Is this affecting just because I didn't necessarily see everybody in that. So I'm just making sure.
Guys, I've been eating the Taylor Farms shredded iceberg lettuce for the past 3 months straight. Like, I switched over to the shredded lettuce because I wanted to be lazy for once and just buy, like the cut up lettuce pre-washed and, do a little rinse. Why is it linked to cyclosporiasis? I mean, at this point, I don't know if I have like a stomach of steel or just delusion, but I came out on the other side. But I'm concerned because this literally, I ate this pretty much almost like every other day for the past 3 months. And this brand specifically, this is my picture. Okay, let me move my head so you can read, but Taylor Fresh, which is basically Taylor Farms, they put out a statement. So you can read it and pause and see, but it's cut off. But it says no Taylor Farms branded salad kits are associated with this outbreak. And it says no Taylor Farms branded salad kits contain iceberg lettuce. But you see me, this is what I bought. Shredded iceberg lettuce. Oh my God, millennials. I feel like it's the power of being a millennial at this point. I can do anything.
No, me too. I'm strong and yeah, must have been the soul food. Yeah. Them expiration dates be a suggestion in my house.
So I keep seeing people come on here and saying that cyclospora is made up and it's something that the government just wants to do as a distraction and all this other stuff. Look, I need people to realize a couple things. Cyclospora is not fake. It's not made up. It's something that we have known about for a very long time. It's just that it's gotten really out of control because the CDC does not track it anymore. It only tracks 2 out of 8 bacteria that cause us to get sick now. It used to be 8 they would track. Now it's only 2. And cyclospora is not on that list anymore.
So basically like a Trump test. That's what 2 out of 8. It's like Trump back when he was in school. That's what we got going on. Well done, MAGA.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
So it's gotten out of control and it's affecting so many people in different states. That's why we're hearing more about it now. People are like, oh, this is a new thing. No, it's not. This has been around for a while. And I just want people to take it serious because this is actually a real thing that's happening to people. And the way that this happens is that the produce or the lettuce gets contaminated with feces, human feces. Disgusting. Why is there human feces on our food?
I'm sorry. What was that now? What was that now? One more time. On food now.
Brother, what's that?
I would love to see a good explanation. What? They shut the water off. You had to cycle it through the toilet. What happened? Huh? Did the porta potty fall on all of the lettuce? There's no good reason. There's no good reason.
Okay, if anything that we should be questioning is these big companies that are not doing what they need to do to keep us safe. Y'all water supply should not be contaminated with human feces. It should not, under any circumstance. That's what we need to be questioning, and that's what we need to be mad about. People are washing their produce with bleach.
I know y'all not washing lettuce with bleach. Now, I know y'all not. I know y'all not washing lettuce with bleach, huh? Yeah, they did elect this administration, and they let them get away with. Oh, yeah, okay. We are the kind of people that would do that. Fair enough. That's not nearly as bad as November 2024. That's fair.
I don't understand where this is coming from, because people feel like it's something that's being made up or it's a distraction, but people are getting really sick. This shit causes diarrhea for days, sometimes weeks, and when it goes away, it can come back. So why are people thinking that this is fake? It's something that should be taken lightly. People that have issues with their immune system can get really, really sick from this and pass away. Most people will pass it on their own if they're healthy enough to do so. But some people that have issues like that, they can get really sick and end up in the hospital. So this is something that should not be taken lightly. And we need to be doing more research on our own and not believing everything that we see on the internet or whatever sounds like it could make sense, instead of looking at the facts. What are the facts? I just listened to an infectious disease doctor talk about all this, and he broke everything down as to what is currently happening today. These are the facts. We can't argue with the facts. And the fact is that people are getting really sick in 40 different states. It's happening everywhere. And it's because of these big food supply chains. Taylor Farms has been the center of this, and it's coming from their bagged lettuce. Now, when it comes to the bagged lettuce, they throw all the lettuce heads into a machine. It chops it up, puts it in bags, and sells it in stores. So if a head of lettuce is contaminated, now all the lettuce in the machine is contaminated. So why are we not questioning that? Why are we not mad about that? Why are we not putting Taylor Farms in a do not eat ever again list like Boar's Head was like last year?
Now wait a minute. They was pressing Boar's Head, but not Taylor Farms. Is Boar's Head like that? Is Boar's Head like that? Did it go hard? Huh? I knew I liked that turkey. You know what I mean? I knew I liked that turkey. Huh? I ain't know Boar's Head was thorough in these streets. Is that why we used to call each other Jive Turkey? Was it ode to Boar's Head? Is that what that was?
With the food recalls. I don't know if y'all remember that I did food recall videos for months. There's always food recalls. But it's so frustrating because we don't monitor these things anymore. And I understand people think what they want to think, but at the end of the day, people are getting really sick from this. People are having to take off weeks from work because of this. So it is a real thing. Please be careful. Please stay away from Taylor Farms foods, period. Just stay away from it, okay?
And thank you so much for that. And, hey, put the bleach down. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that no more. There's just one other piece of this that needs to be wrapped up.
I shouldn't have ate it all. Roll it in the diesel.
It's not the Taco Bell lettuce outbreak. It's the Trump donor Taylor Farms cyclospora outbreak. It's a result of the Trump administration reducing food safety protections and cutting funding for the CDC team that tracks these kinds of outbreaks, just like they did with COVID-19. Oh, that's right. We've been here before, haven't we? It's the Taylor Farms poop lettuce outbreak. Taco Bell is the hero of the story for bringing the parasite poop lettuce to the nation's attention. That was a beautiful tweet. It could have used one more parasite poop lettuce for me. Taco Bell was the one place I saw saying they were not going to use that lettuce anymore. So why are they the only place getting blamed?
You guys, let me say this, okay? Now that we know it's confirmed, this whole Taylor Farms situation, we will not let the CEO of Taco Bell go down for this bullshit, because we know damn well that it was Taylor Farms. We know Taco Bell didn't do it. Taco Bell gives us diarrhea in other ways.
The meat. Oh, I didn't know you. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't know y'all was coming out too. Okay. As you were.
Not from parasitic lettuce. Threads figured it out faster than the whole world did. And guess what, Taylor Farms? You did it. And we're not gonna let somebody else take the fall for your bullshit. Alright?
Now that is interesting that they threw Taco Bell under the bus to take the fall while protecting Taylor Farms. Huh. Let me see that Taco Bell CEO again. The first picture is Sean Tresvant, the CEO of Taco Bell. When cyclospora was found to be sickening people, he ordered all of his restaurants to stop serving the potentially infected produce to customers. The second picture is Bruce Taylor, the CEO of Taylor Farms. When the FDA said it was his product that was the source of the outbreak, he went to the White House and talked to Trump. Several hours later, the FDA said it was a false positive. Don't be like Bruce, be like Sean. Now that makes sense. Now that makes a lot of sense. So you mean to tell me the brother was out here trying to save people, they take the blame while we cover, but that's the American way now, ain't it? That's the American way. Oh, something else it would be the American way. That would be community organizing and action. Now that we know. Here's a chart on how to avoid Taylor Farms products. One supplier, millions of meals. We got Walmart, Kroger, Costco. Oh, not Costco. IHOP. Red Lobster again?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Hey, Red Lobster. Y'all don't got no... The popcorn shrimp don't touch the lettuce, do it? It don't touch the popcorn shrimp. Don't touch the lettuce. I'm good. I'm good. How about the cheddar baked biscuits?
No one is talking about this. Taylor Fresh Foods, the parent company associated with Taylor Farms, donated $1 million in June of 2025 to a federal PAC that is managed by the same treasurer and has the same committee address as the MAGA Inc. Trump Super PAC. 3 months before that, in March of 2025, the FDA announced a delay in implementing a regulatory rule related to Taylor Fresh Foods, the Food Traceability Rule, which is part of the Food Safety Modernization Act. This rule is designed to improve record keeping and allow regulators to trace certain high-risk foods faster during outbreaks. Now, Taylor Farms is linked as the supplier of shredded iceberg lettuce identified in the cyclospora outbreak. The CDC and the FDA first announced on July 16th that they had traced the outbreak to a single supplier of iceberg lettuce, but did not disclose the source. The media later identified Taylor Farms before federal agencies publicly named the company.
Huh, well, isn't that interesting? The CDC, tasked with protecting the American people, neglected to name a source initially. You know, until they threw Taco Bell under the bus. And this is an instance where you just have to ask yourself about the credibility that this administration has earned with the American public. You know, like if their cuts had allowed for outbreaks like these to fester, would they own up to it? And if it was a Trump donor who was found to be responsible, would they admit it? I know.
Taylor Farms is founded by Bruce Taylor, a huge supporter of Ron DeSantis. It is one of the largest fresh produce suppliers in North America, producing packaged fresh cut vegetables and other ready-to-eat produce sold under its own brand and through private label grocery products.
I'm sorry, did you say Ron DeSantis? He linked to Ron DeSantis? Huh. It's funny because they say, you know, if you stand on poop, you know, that maybe that's what he got in his shoes. Maybe that's why everybody thought he was lifts.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talk.
The company also supplies restaurants and food service distributors nationwide with products including lettuce, salad blends, spinach, kale, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and onions. Not every store brand at these retailers come from Taylor Farms. Some chains may use multiple suppliers depending on the region, season, and product. The supplier is usually identified by the lot or facility code on the packaging. The easiest way to tell is to flip the package over and look for the words packed by Taylor Farms or Taylor Fresh Foods.
And I love where she went with that. The streets is watching. Just because it doesn't say Taylor Farms doesn't mean it's not Taylor Farms.
What do you mean by that?
If you're trying to avoid the great dookie-demic of 2026.
Dookie-demic? That's better than parasite poop lettuce right there. I like dookie-demic. I like dookie-demic. I told y'all we need to bring Dookie back. I told y'all we need to bring Dookie back. Look how clean that was. Dookie-demic.
It's important to know that Taylor Farms lettuce isn't always Taylor Farms brand. This is Little Salad Bar from Aldi. But if you take a look at the Best By date here, there's a code. And the code says TF whatever. The TF stands for Taylor Farms. This is Taylor Farms lettuce.
The load that's coming will test that plumbing. It keeps me thinking that I shouldn't have ate it all.
And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's out here spreading the good word and actually trying to keep the people safe. You know, the people not whose job that is. And speaking of the administration, I can't wait to see how they spin this. They finally did it. Food prices dropping fast. Thanks, RFK. I told you. There they go. They are spin doctors, ain't they? They are absolute spin. What'd you say? No, this happened in California. Oh, the Browns? Yeah, I went with Browns today just because. Oh, because of the Dookie-demic? No, that's not why I went with Browns.
Blowing up that bathroom like a stick of dynamite.
By the way, could you check this bag for me? I need you to check this bag. Is this a Taylor Farms? Is that a Taylor Farms? Woo, thank you. You a lifesaver. You a lifesaver. Hey, that was gonna be the end of my week. That was gonna be the end of my week. Hey, you still got that track on you? And you can let that take us out, won't you, please?
There's a